Howdy folks, I'm Kel Kellogg and this is the Catch America YouTube channel. Very special video today. We are at Lake Almanor, one of the most iconic, most productive trout lakes in Northern California. Almanor is a huge lake. Before the lake was built, there was a meadow here. So the nutrients that were in the meadow now fuel an incredible forage base that includes both pond smelt and insects. In terms of trout, there's trophy rainbows here, massive browns here, and there's also a sleeper king salmon population. The fish can be extremely hard to catch because they always have ready access to forage. So they really never need to go searching for food. They're always surrounded by food, and that can make them very finicky, very fickle. There are 10-pound rainbows in this lake. There are 15 to 16, 17-pound brown trout in this lake, maybe bigger browns. And I think the record king salmon out here is well over 10. They tend not to get that big anymore, but definitely a 5 or 6 pound king salmon is possible. There's also epic smallmouth bass fishing in the lake. I caught my biggest ever smallmouth here when I was a teenager. That fish weighed 6 pounds, 14 ounces, if I remember correctly. So the bottom line is, it's an incredible lake, and today we are hitting the water with the best fisherman on the lake, Captain Bryan of Big Daddy's Guide Service. He is an expert trophy trout fisherman. He uses innovative techniques. Sometimes he power trolls, sometimes he employs finesse fishing tactics. It's going to be very educational, very exciting, and fingers crossed, we're going to get a big old trophy brown trout on the end of our line because they bite really well in the early spring, and hopefully today is the day. Drag. Okay.
So when we get a hookup, you definitely want a hook set on them. Don't thumb the line though. We want the drag to slip.
Okay. So
there's no stretch in that.
Say that again. We want to set the hook when we get a hit.
Yeah, set the hook and get on the cranks fast, but don't thumb the reel. Let the drag slip. So there's no stretch in that.
Tell us about what we're doing, Brian. What would you call this technique? What are we doing?
We are hunting.
and we've got on. How long are those? We got big minnow plugs on there. They're like 5 inches long or something like that.
Yeah, we're looking. We're going to hit all the nooks and crannies today, looking for brown trout, and we've been catching a little bit of everything. But this is a springtime technique we do up here, and a lot of places actually. I saw the hit.
Got a big fish on here, guys. I was holding the rod when he hit, and he just crushed it, and I kind of set the hook in him. Actually, it kind of scared me, honestly.
Come on, Cal.
He did. He grabbed it. He's pulling the rod. I was like, ah! And then he was on here. He pulled a bunch of line to start with.
For the record, that's my rod. I moved it so you can take the other shot.
Oh, there we go. Oh.
So you got to make sure and keep it as tight on him as you can, and we got to keep him away from that buoy. It's the big thing. You got should be right at that buoy.
He's right over by it.
And the tighter you keep it, browns are notorious out.
Oh, he came off.
No way. Serious? Keep coming.
He came off.
Yeah, he's off.
He came off. He just flipped it.
You got him stopped yet?
It stopped. I'm breathing.
But is he stopped or are you still
Smooth.
losing line?
No, stopped.
Good deal.
I'd say. There you go. Side of the boat's yours, Bill.
Brian and I can't go to one side of the boat at the same time. We'll flip.
No,
Do they bulldoze like salmon and?
do they what?
Do they go down?
Yeah, they'll try to get down. The browns especially. Browns and the smallies.
The cutthroats do that a lot.
Okay, get your rod tip up a little higher. I want to be able to see that. There you go.
Oh, he's going under the boat.
That helps me get.
Lean out.
Coming back here.
There you go.
Oh wow, it's a beautiful fish.
Oh yeah, look at there.
All right, bam.
Oh wow.
Try and get
Oh, be careful, Brian.
try and get them to stop before they
Be careful.
start. You don't care about this.
So many people get hooked on minnow plugs.
Yep.
I hooked myself yesterday.
So let's get
There we go.
put that rod in one of these rod holders right here for me.
Gonna revive him a little bit.
What's that?
What you doing with him in there?
Jeez.
Oh,
This fish is
Just
hot.
right here.
he's all angry.
What did he say?
Oh, you got one of those things.
Yeah, so just leave the lid down.
Oh, okay.
So now he'll just chill. Watch how calm. See how calm he is right now?
Uh-huh.
When you put him in that cradle, it just simmers them down. If they're in the box on their own,
Oh, they'll start swimming
they'll
around.
swim around. They'll beat their heads into the side of the box and stuff.
Oh.
You put them in this cradle,
Yeah, okay.
and you can.
So that's
now-
like what steelhead guys use.
Yep. So
Oh,
now
nice.
we've got
Oh, that's sweet.
a nice male brown here, real pretty colored,
Yeah, he's awesome. Look at his face.
and he can just kind of hang out right here.
Oh man, look at his jaws. Oh my gosh.
And the nice thing is we can get set up for pictures, we can clear lines, we can do whatever we need to do, and the fish is good. We got water running in the box. Now this is definitely, the water's cold right now. This works. You have to be really careful with them when the water's warm up here. They turn into really big babies and don't revive well at all. Get him centered up. So that one's gonna be, look like about a little over 5.5.
Nice.
And I loved what you said, like for almost in any resource like this, you always hear the good old days.
Right.
You never hear that it's better now than before.
So you're always on the wrong side of the good old days. Well, this can be something where you're on the right side of
Exactly.
it. You know what I mean?
It's good for, to know that our kids and grandkids will have this fishery, and it's thanks to what you're doing here, the meticulous. I mean, we stopped the boat, we made sure the fish is well taken care of, and we release it when it's perfectly healthy again.
Yeah.
And that's what it takes to bring back this kind of fishery.
And if you're gonna eat a fish, I mean, keep a rainbow. That fish, that's just an awesome fish. And I honestly, I don't think he'd be that good to eat if you were looking to eat a fish.
Now, the older they are, it's like anything. You want the older.
Yeah.
Meat gets mushy, like then you hear people go, "Oh yeah, you can smoke them." Well, sure, you can smoke.
We
them.
could smoke anything.
He's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Got another fish. This is only like 10 minutes later, guys.
Oh,
He's jumping all over the place.
He's jumping.
He's jumping.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we might have
Might be a bass.
a ditch pickle.
Yeah. Oh, there's tremendous smallmouths in this lake.
Full
It's-
flash.
And that's one of them. There we go. Cool.
Oh my God, that's a nice bass.
Yep.
That's a little one.
Yes, I was going to say, that's not even a big one.
Yeah, that's a little guy.
Yeah. Big old Almanor smallmouth. Look at that fish. Awesome. He's a beaut. That's a 3-pounder maybe. So we're here with Captain Bryan Ricucci. We're at Lake Almanor, one of my all-time favorite places to fish, but it can be super frustrating, and it's full of trophy trout. Tell us about Almanor. Tell us why it's so tough to fish, Brian.
Well, I don't know. It's a world-class trophy trout fishery for sure, but it's got a lot of food for these fish, and it always has been kind of a tough nut to crack at times. It's also a very hard one to stay on patterns on, and a lot of that has to do with the variety of food, the time of year, and there's a lot of factors that go into it. So right now we're focusing on fish. Water temps are still cool in the spring. We're looking at fish that are focused on pond smelt. We've got rainbow spawning going on in the tributaries right now, so there's not a lot of them in the lake, so most of our catch has been made up with browns. And the pond smelt are also migrating into the shallows and the rock piles. They're going to be spawning here pretty quick. I haven't seen any evidence of it yet, but it's on the way if it hasn't started already. and that draws the fish into those shallow rocky shorelines and offshore rock piles, feeding on those pond smell hunting. So we are on the hunt right now, big browns.
So folks, there's all kinds of trout lakes in California, but this is one of the lakes that it can be really, really difficult to fish. And I would strongly encourage you, if you aspire to fishing this lake on a semi-regular basis, this is a place where you would really benefit from jumping on Bryan's boat, picking his brain, and getting some tips. I still seldom get limits here, but what success I do have on this lake is due to trips that I've done with Bryan in the past, where he uses some very unique techniques. He uses a lot of basic techniques in very specific ways, but I think it would put you far ahead of the game if you wanted to tap into this trophy trout fishery by jumping on Bryan's boat. We're motoring up on the Almanor Fishing Association trout pens. Tell us about that program, Bryan. Tell us what's going on here.
So the Almanor Fishing Association, we have the most successful, longest running trout reared cage program in the state of California. It was started when the association originally started 40 years ago here at the mouth of Hamilton Branch, with several soft net pens strung between marina docks, and has now grown into a 12 cage complex.
Wow, look at that.
Where we run about 5,000 rainbows per pen in 10 of them for a total of 50,000 a season. And then we have 2 additional cages we run between 10 and 12,000 browns in the 2 brown cages.
I had no idea that your pens were that sophisticated. They're beautiful.
So the fish get put in generally sometime in October. We have at least 2 volunteers that come down the 78 stairs every single day from October until May to feed and care for and whatever's needed to be done.
So how many fish are in the pens? How many fish are you going to rear this year?
So each year we get 50,000 rainbows, and we distribute those between 10 cages, so 5,000 rainbows a cage from California Department of Fish and Wildlife. And then the Almanor Fishing Association pays and supports the Feather River College Hatchery in Quincy. They hatch and raise 10 to 12,000 brown trout a year for us, and transfer them up to our cages in October also, once they're large enough to take the cages. And so, each year we're talking about somewhere between 60 and 65,000 fish out of that cage complex. In fact, in 2025, somewhere in those cages right now is the 2 millionth fish that the Almanor Fishing Association has put into Lake Almanor.